right. I finally did it right the first time. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Keefy of GhostCultMag.com. Happy New Year. You are here for the very first GhostCultMag.com weekly ritual rock and metal news live stream of 2025. I am super stoked. We have done 400 of these since the pandemic started. So, you know, it's weird. We used to pre-record these on like a midweek and then fill in the blanks with other content. And now I just do them as a live stream. Steph Montoya is here. Hello, Steph, and Happy New Year and congratulations. Paul Locasio is here. C. Fazio is here. What a fun name you have, sir. So once again, in case you are brand new here, Ghost Cult Mag is your one-stop resource, 24/7, 365 rock and metal news, interviews with bands, concert reviews, album reviews, metal festivals around the world. That's what we do. That's why we're here. That is who we are. I'm going to bust open some seltzer because I've been doing this shit all day, this activity. Oh, that's awesome. I thought that photo was you. I was excited for you, but I'm equally excited if that is your child. A badass grandma you will be. It's super cool. But yeah, I hope you had a great New Year. Jury's out so far, a couple of days in. And there's a lot going on in the world of Keefy, but I'm here doing the thing right about the time I'm supposed to usually be doing the show. So if you feel like joining in, feel free to do so. The best experience for this, thank you for the grace of StreamYard, and we'll talk about them in a little while. You can watch this everywhere. The best experience for this is YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram, but also we're hanging out on TikTok. Feel free to jump in the conversation, ask some questions. This is your show as much as my show. I am going to try to bang through this. I do have some pretty interesting news to start the year. I always, I know a lot of people like new year, new me, and this and this and that, but I'm actually really trying to make some progress this year. 2024 for me was hard. Okay. A lot of people out there are having a hard time. It was extremely hard for me. So I am on the rebound. I'm trying to take care of my physical and mental health. And I started a new band, or I joined a forming band, which is pretty cool because I haven't been in a band in a long time. We're just to start out, we're going to do some covers. Your Worst Nightmare is here. Jason is here. Bimby D is here. David Greg on TV is here. Griffith David is here. Jason 718. What up, what up, what up, what up? Sean is here. Emerson is here. Gabriel is here. I joined a new band, which is crazy. Started a new band and did not think I would get back and be in a band, but here we are going to do the thing. Right now it's going to just be some covers, but eventually it will be also some originals, and I will share some status updates on the band as we go forward. And if we have any shows or record anything at some point, we'll do that. After this show, I'm going to rehearsal. So I'm going to try to bang through this show and then get on my way. Thanks for whoever's watching on Facebook. Feel free to drop a comment in the comments. Drop a comment in the comments. This is cool. So I got a little graphic here for the new year. If you can see this, instead of baby new year, it's the devil baby, angel baby from Exodus, bonded by blood. But happy new year to everybody. I think this is a lot of fun. Billy is here. Sean is here. Elise Malice is here. Cool name. And W is here. So I thought I would do a fun New Year's thing. We'll probably rock with a new set of graphics next year. Cadillac Record, what's up? I was just talking about our new band. And I will see you right after I'm done with this show, which I highly expect to whiz right through for a change. So, yeah. I was reluctant to do this for a long time with this show. We are monetized on YouTube. We're a little bit monetized on Instagram. And we have affiliate marketing we'll talk about on our website. And Rocker Dad 5150 is here. What up, Rocker Dad? And, what new band? You're crazy. Anyway. Angst, the new band from Keefy, Abe, and Jorge. That's right. San Francisco thrash and hardcore and maybe a little bit of rock and some other shit. I don't know. What can't we do? We can do anything we want to be. That's the best thing about a brand new thing. So I was reluctant for a long time. I talked to some other creators I know, and everybody I know that does live streams, much bigger channels than ours, they are monetized, but they also encourage people to leave tips. And I have rarely done that. but I'm going to start trying to do that. So I made up at, 2025, ringing in the new year. Then I try to find a way to monetize this shit a little bit better because it's expensive to do this website. And so I made a little tip menu, and perhaps Bog Wizard is here. What up, Bog Wizard? Perhaps some interest to you all TikTokers. I always get asked on TikTok for people who want me to listen to their music and listen to it and review it live on the show, which I don't do a lot of, but maybe for underground bands, I would not get as demonetized as I might for a name band. Scooter is here. What up, Scooter? Happy New Year, pal. I did a New Year's Day stream, so some people did see me then, but in case you haven't seen me all year, been a crazy year the last 36 hours. So yeah, I made a tip menu, and again, it's not mandatory, but if you want to donate something, it helps. I'm starting to figure out that actually the best method of donation, the greatest nation of all is donation, is Cash App. And we are at Ghost Cult Mag on most of these payment methods. Ko-fi has its own link if you want to buy us a coffee on Ko-fi. But I figured this is what I would do. For general support, if you want to drop us a tip, it's $3. If you want to buy us an actual cup of coffee at a fancy place, that's $6. If you want to be a real one, you've heard me talk about my Ghost Cult real ones, that's $25. This is not every week, but once in a while, if you want to throw us some money, it's appreciated. It's helpful. If you want me to rate your song live, one song live on the air, $10. And if you want to have a consulting call with me, because I don't know if you know this, I worked in the music business for 17, 18 years. I also work as a professional marketing, and I've worked in music, professional publicity, corporate social media. So if you want to have a music business consulting call with a music business expert, this guy, hit me up, and the fee is $75. I will give you an hour of my time. We can brainstorm, talk about things, help you with your release plan, give you some round strategy ideas, whatever an hour takes up. And then, perhaps it will help you be on your way. I interacted with a band today that recorded a new album in November, dropped a single today, and is putting out a record next week. And I was like, yo, I love the sound of this. It's a black metal band from Minneapolis. But I also was like, why the urgency? I know you want to put your thing out, but take some time, work on the marketing, save some money, So anyway, I have a lot of value and information to give, and I think I'm going to probably bring back my series of free social media and music marketing stuff in 2025. So maybe some video content for free, and see if y'all are into it, because I have a lot of love to give, and I want to help people help themselves. So there's the tipping menu. Let me actually drop this in the comments also. I was supposed to do that already. 1 second. I just had it ready. Let's see which one of these is got the thingamabob. Owned by me. Of course I don't have it handy. Of course I don't have it handy. What a butthead. Nope, it's not that one. One more second. For some reason, I have 96 Bitter Beans stuck in my head by Ceky, who I'm not even that big a fan of, to be honest with you, and I never was. But for some reason, that riff is in my head. I don't know why. I wonder why. Yep, just fucking weird. I don't have the thing handy. What a shame. Let's see. I might have popped it into here. Jesus Jimenez is here. Jerry Staley is here. Oh, here we go. Here's at least a couple of them. I had a PayPal one too, but if you want to drop us a donation on this live stream, I'm going to put it in the comments, at least in a few places where y'all can see it. All right. Moving on with the rest of the show. Let's rock this. So here you go. If you want to, I'll pause this one more time. Here's our big Cash App. I'm starting to find out that Cash App is actually maybe one of the better things to donate to. Thank you for the heart. Somebody hearted the live. Suicide Puppets, what up, what up? Some Suicide Puppets news coming tomorrow at ghostcultmag.com. You check it out. But yeah, once in a while I don't, like I said, I don't want people to be too offended by asking for some money sometimes, but it just costs a fortune to do this. Joe Stagger is here. We are one of the few non-corporate entities doing this much content and this much constant coverage of heavy music. We're not a corporate entity. So anyhow, let's rock and roll. First weekend of the year out of the way, and here's some announcements. This just broke my freaking heart. Joshua Ward of Vorath was killed in a car accident with his fiance and two friends of theirs in their home of Asheville, North Carolina. There's a GoFundMe set up. He leaves behind a son. And I saw Vorath last summer. I met Josh. I talked to him at the gig. I bought merch from him at the merch table. I bought merch from all the bands that day. That was the big Gorgatron Casket Robbery Vorath tour. And what a heartbreaking and terribly sad story this is. Another one that kind of surprised me, Sean Blosil, formerly of Sanctuary, was the second guitarist in Sanctuary. He died in a car crash in December, and we just found out about it this weekend, which is, again, hella sad. Just super sad. Rest in power, Sean. And then Sickie Wifebeater, not the greatest name ever, but from the Mentors, obviously their brand was to be, irreverent and sort of a middle finger to the face and shit. He died after a long battle with cancer, which is, very unfortunate, if you ask me. Boy, fuck cancer, huh? Cancer is just an absolute motherfucker of an illness. And I have lost many people to the big C. And it's just hard to believe that so many people suffer and we haven't gotten anywhere close to a cure. Chris Small is here. Hey, yo, Happy New Year, Chris. I have your guest post to run tomorrow and some updates for you over the weekend about some upcoming Ghost Cult stuff. But Chris is on YouTube right now, but I don't know if you know, Chris is a big Twitch streamer. I think he's bringing back his series on vinyl, which again, I would happily be a guest on since I have a podcast. I also have another podcast about vinyl, but rest in power, Sickie Wifebeater. And then this was a super bummer. Angus McInnes, who was the gold leader in Star Wars A New Hope, moving into position, gold leader. He died this week, so just very sad to ring in the new year with some deaths. Coming up for Blair is here. That's two ghost cultists on the call coming up for Blair and Chris Small. What up? Happy New Year. Good to see you. Let us leave behind the garbage of last year and rock and move forward with positivity and strength. Max Devlin is here. Man is Hurt is here. Robin Ortiz is here. Wade is here. Again, we're going to lightning speed this. Shout out to my dude, Abe Allen. We are helping share the news of the GoFundMe for him. He's got some legal issues going on right now. He's had a very tough time. I just saw him yesterday. Guy's in great spirits. And if you can donate anything, the link is in our description on YouTube for that as well. And I think I will add it to our link tree after the call. And, I care a great deal about this guy. So if you can help me personally donate to this cause, it would mean a lot to me. And then again, this show and every show is dedicated to our friend Sonia Ramos, a.k.a. Sonia Shredder on Instagram. She's a guitar luthier in South Florida. She's been battling late-stage cancer for quite a while. She is a fighter and a battler. I know she popped up on Instagram stories in the last few weeks selling off some more things to pay for care. So Sonia has, a huge and grave battle ahead of her, and we're just trying to help as much as humanly possible when we can, how we can. And then on a positive and fun note, once again, we're trying to get our favorite dog in San Francisco, Sainthood, Django, a huge metal fan and supporter in a bunch of marginalized communities. Here's Django with Necro Butcher. Django is wearing his battle vest. They were both on their way to kill Euronymous. There's nothing to do. I know change.org is like, sign this petition and donate some money. We're not asking for any money. We're just trying to get a fun thing to happen for our friend, the doggo. So if you want to sign the petition, that's also in the link in our description. There's been many photos of me with this dog for years. So really this dog is not just man's best friend. It's one of Keefy's best friends. And just a reminder, we moved our newsletter over to Substack. We've finally rolled it all over there from MailChimp, and so far so good. We'll be rolling out once again a once a week or twice a weekend email wrap up of the whole week, this show, other podcasts, whatever we did. Our competitors pummel you every day with another email, and I just feel like it's just tough. Mile High Chihuahua is here. Mile High Chihuahua could sign our petition. Metal Girl 7676 is here. You should also be hanging out with us. Matt Kennedy, what up? I love you, Matt Kennedy, and Merry Christmas. Belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family, who are wonderful. I miss you a lot, my guy. I think I have a fun kitty news item coming up in a few minutes, Matt, that would probably amuse you. So, yeah, we're on all the socials, and kind of, social media is such a dumpster fire of shit lately. But we are on Discord. We have a newsletter. We're on all the things. We've been doing a lot on Blue Sky. We do our best. But it's time for the features. Let us rock and roll. As we speed run this show once again, we did our 2024 Album of the Year countdown. 500 plus album reviews this year, 600 the year before. Our global staff voted on this list. The number one band of the year for Ghost Cult was Knocked Loose, and their album, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To. Perhaps controversial, perhaps not. They won by a landslide. We have never had like a hardcore or hardcore adjacent band actually win. It's usually some traditional metal bands and most popular bands. So for Knocked Loose to kind of capture everybody's vote like that was super impressive to me. So there's that. And you can check that list out also in a link in the description. There's a video here on YouTube where our staff got together and did like a Brady Bunch thing where we did a round table. I thought it was pretty great, actually. We also are doing a bunch of guest posts. Everybody from Sam Mobley of Frozen Soul to Jeremy Kling of Overkill to the guys there's just so many bands that have chipped in listicles. We have one later from Sylvain, who's an artist a Norse pagan artist I love from Europe. So a lot of fun with the guest posts. We had Chris Enriquez of Spotlights do a video for us. He's in Spotlights. He's in the Reformed Orange 9mm. He's in a bunch of other bands, Julie Christmas. So much fun and so much appreciative. Frater Mori is here. So, yeah. A lot of guest posts. And like I said, we're rolling out our staff post. My personal 2024 favorite albums video and list is probably going to run tomorrow or Monday. I'm not sure yet, but we're almost done with it. And we have a bunch of we still have a lot of 2024 content to just kind of like just expel out before we're done with the, on to 2025. So stay tuned for vinyl reissues and stay tuned for a book list that I worked on and all kinds of other stuff. Our top festivals of the year, our tops, just everything. Our biggest interviews. Lots of fun. We did a feature last week on the life and times of Lemmy Kilmister, who passed away 9 years ago. Can't believe it's almost 10 years. Probably no musician death has hit me as hard as Lemmy, except maybe Dimebag Darrell. So, man, Jay Chipster is here. Yeah, thank you so much, Scooter. My list is slightly different than the Ghost Cult list. There's definitely some bands that I had on my list that did not make the cut of the top list of the entire rest of the staff. And hey, Curtis is here. My best friend in the whole world. I love you so much, dude. I was particularly missing you yesterday. But yeah, thanks, Chris. I appreciate you. Thumbs up there from my boy, Kurt. Man, I miss you. But anyway, yeah, we did I wrote a feature about Lemmy, and we always share our Lemmy-related content. And it turns out over the years, we've had a lot of interviews with other artists, including speaking of Motorhead, Mikey D just literally right before we went to do this video, I didn't even get a chance to put it in. Mikey D said that he's been battling sepsis for the last 3 weeks, and he just got a semi-clean bill of health where he could play drums against Scorpions. He's in Scorpions. He was obviously the longtime drummer of Motorhead. He could have died from sepsis. I also had a thing with sepsis almost a year ago. So Dio's death hurt you the most. It hurt a lot, and it hurt a lot. It really hurt a lot. I'm with you. But Lemmy, man, it's just so hard for me. But we've interviewed a lot of people who love Lem, including Phil Campbell and Mikey D and Girl School and Ricky Rackman and Don Jameson. So I kind of summed all that up into one post to share for this. Phony Rick is back. What up, Phony Rick? Andy West is here. Strength. I hope that's a cool band. Strength is here. Strength Beyond Strength. And that was Scott Ian's birthday on New Year's Eve. I think there's a couple of other rockers who have a New Year's Eve and New Year's Day birthday. But I particularly love this photo of Scott Ian. Maybe I'll just blow this up a little big for you. You don't need to keep seeing my face. This is a picture by Evil Rob, photography Evil Rob. I think this was at Blue Ridge Rock Fest about a year ago before they went out of business. But what a cool photo of Scott. I've gotten fortunate enough to photograph Scott Ian a few times. Anthrax is awesome. Need some Anthrax in 2024. There's also going to be like a big forecast. I love forecasting and pontificating, as my partner says. So there's a big forecast show coming up soon too, where I predict things. I predict the future. Man of the future. I'm going to predict the future. Also, we've been doing some live streams. So it slowed down a little bit over the holidays. I'm hoping to pick it back up again. We have some Nevermore news to talk about. We did a whole thing about Nevermore, predicting who the next singer would be, discussing the history of the band. Should bands come back when they lose an iconic, important member or not? And the case, basically a case study in real time, live, about why that's an okay thing. Not everybody's okay with it. We had some big interviews this week. Zachary Amster of Abrams. Abrams was a cool sludge, heavy rock, heavy sludge, stoner doom band you should be checking out. That's our own Tom Osmond interviewed them. That's on our YouTube. That's on our podcast. Check that out. Also, here's that picture of me and Kitty, Matt Kennedy. This is a picture of me and Kitty at Sick New World Fest 2023. Now, perhaps defunct. Tom Jordan's here. What up? So here's me and Kitty, and the reason Kitty, this comes around full circle is because I got sent a 4-pack of the Kitty non-alcoholic beer. Now, in addition to Ghost Cult, I am the co-host of the Glacially Musical Podcast, which is a beer and vinyl podcast. And I'm not a non-alcoholic beer aficionado, but they sent me the Kitty Pig beer, and it was damn near delectable. To quote another famous YouTuber that I love, Broken Jaw's here. What up, Broken Jaw? So they sent me the Kitty Big beer to taste test. I discussed the tasting notes. I discussed the process of the beer, how they made the beer, the brand they teamed up with to make the beer, and live in this video, basically live. I recorded it live, and then it was edited up by my partner. So I think it's pretty cool. We're reaching out and doing some product content here and there, never paid for, just the product itself. And there's no expectation that we're going to review it and give it a good review because they gave us something free. I don't work that way. Also, just in case you missed it last week, I interviewed Waylon Revis. He used to be a member of Slipknot. He's got his own new band called The Killer's Confession, new album out now. He's already working on 2 more albums for this trilogy of albums with this band. Super cool guy, long time in the music business, lots of insight to share. Also, just a reminder, we have a podcast, the Ghost Cult Magazine podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. And, I'm a big fan of podcasting. It's kind of funny. I think back to my grad school. I have a master's degree in marketing and advertising. And my professor, who also was my boss later on, was like, I don't think podcasts are going to last. This was in like 2009, 2010. And I was like, I don't know about that. You sure about that? You sure about that? Because absolutely, podcasts are a whole thing. So 2 new podcasts this week that we rolled out in addition to these other things. Justice Peterson interviewed Jizmac the Gusher of Gwar. We've talked to Jizmac before. We talked to Gwar a bunch of times. We interviewed Odorous in the past. Rest in power, Odorous Urungus. We interviewed Blothar not too long ago. So Justice interviewed Jizmac at Gwar and kind of previewed the 2025 for Gwar, which is going to be their 40th anniversary of Hello and all these touring they're going to do and festivals and all kinds. They're going to be at Milwaukee Metal Fest and all these cool killer things. And then also our final coverage from Louder Than Life Festival, Ragin' Rosie, in her last piece of work for us on the staff. She moved on to other opportunities. Rosie interviewed Any Given Sin, which is a hard rock band, pretty cool, and they had a really fun and good interview there. So this show will be a podcast. Doomsday Rejects is here. Sometimes you don't have time to watch my face and see this show, so you can go listen, catch up what you missed on the podcast. Feel free to give us a like and a subscribe here on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, and of course on whatever podcast platform of choice you like. And once again, the Glacially Musical Podcast, beer, metal, swearing, and vinyl, other things. We did a Chaser episode this week. We're in the thick of a new series on obituaries, classic early albums. But in the meantime, we hooked up once again. We can't quit you. We hate ourselves for loving you, like Brokeback Mountain. Don Dillamont of Talking the Talk with Don and Southeast of Heaven joins me and Nick, and we did a huge vinyl trauma dump. We call this a trauma dump. Whenever we have a huge amount of vinyl, I had some saved up from last year that I had not checked, including my 7-inch collection that I had recently kind of reorganized and spiffied up. Don dropped some new records he got. Nick dropped a whole bunch of new records he got for his birthday and Christmas. So it's really fun. We talk about vinyl buying philosophies, why we don't like flippers, how to shop for vinyl, like the different styles of like Nick's choice of buying vinyl versus mine and Don's. Nick actually had a lot of success with like the dollar bin and found like some incredible finds there. And me, I'm more of like, I need the good old reliable represses and reprints and swirly looking vinyls. That's kind of my preference. Not a lot of buying in 2024. I got a lot of stuff sent to me. Thank you, record labels and bands. A lot of people sent things to me, but I did not buy as much as I did the year before when I was much more employed. So we'll see how 2025 goes. A lot of stuff on the horizon that I would like to buy and get, but you know, money being what it is, you gotta live first before you party. And then just a reminder, Chris says, dude, same. I have like 30 or 40 I've gotten since the summer. I haven't even a chance to open and check out yet. Word to the bird. I understand the pain, man. I understand the pain. And then I'm spending a lot of time. Make sure your stuff is all on Discogs, my bro, because it's good to track the value of your collection for insurance purposes only. Again, I'm not a big fan of flippers. I understand that there's like I'm more clever than the next person. And I know there's always kind of like a get rich. We're in such a struggle in the human race, and capitalism is so evil. I know there's a lot of people's like, if I buy 2 of these things, I can sell one for a lot of money. It's not really worth it. Let me tell you, it's not really worth it. But I look forward to the return of that show for you, Chris, and your regular Twitches as well, which I pop in once in a while. Just a reminder, we are affiliate partners of StreamYard. When you see ads on our website, that is from our affiliate partner. I guess I'll do them backwards. I did StreamYard. We'll do StreamYard. StreamYard is one of our affiliate partners making this show possible. And if you sign up, nice work, Chris. If you sign up with the link in our description, so you can have a show just like we do if you want to stream on Twitch or YouTube all at the same time and not have to have everything opened all across the things, you can sign up with our link in the description and you can get $10 off your subscription, and we get $10 off our next bill. So that is a bonus. Murloc is passing by. What up, Murloc? Veronica's here. Henning family is here. What up, what up, what up? Thanks for following, Henning family. I much appreciate you. And then just another reminder, we are part of the Lamb Goat Media Network. When you see ads at ghostcultmag.com, that's from Lamb Goat. When we gave away Slayer tickets, that was with Lamb Goat. When we gave away other tickets to things, that was with Lamb Goat. More to come in 2025 with them. And if you have a band or a brand or a store and you want to amplify the messages of your advertising dollars, hit up Lamb Goat Media, lgmedia.com. And they will help you. Moving right along on to the news rundown as we try to speed run the show. Festivals. This weekend, a whole bunch of my homies are going down to FYF Festival in Florida. This looks sick. Tampa, get ready. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide all your chicken and waffles. Nails, Mind Force, Terror, Blister, Death Threat, Kids Like Us, Mongoloids, and Alienator, Bad Beat, Balmora, Bayway, Big Boy, Collateral, Conservative Military Image. Much cooler band than that weird name. Final Resting Place, Holy Blade, Internal Bleeding, my homies from Long Island, New York. What up? Killing Frost, Missing Link, Nothing But Enemies, Ozone, Scarab, Silver Statement. I mean, so many good bands. A lot of broken bones and broken teeth are going to happen at this show. Get ready. Ready your anus for violence. Coach Haas is here. Knotfest Australia got announced for later 2025. Slipknot, A Day to Remember, Baby Metal, Slaughter to Prevail, Polaris, Within Temptation, Enter Shikari, Hatebreed, doing 25 years of perseverance, In Heart's Wake, Health, Love Them, Miss May I, Vended, and many more. Interesting just to mention, I didn't really make this part of the news. Vended is the band that is the sons of Clown and Corey from Slipknot, and they had to actually address this week, like, I know that everybody is like very hyper and uber skeptical of everything, but like, the idea of it, I understand that these two guys, the two leaders of Vended, are the sons of literally one of the biggest bands in the world, Slipknot, right? This idea of industry plants or nepotism, this is an idea as old as time. If they weren't any good, you wouldn't know about them, because plenty of people have had their children do bands and they're horrible. Okay. So like the fact that they're pretty good to excellent is a mark that they've tried very hard to like cut away. Like they haven't just only opened for their dads. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Metallica's son's band, Ty Trujillo, who obviously plays in Suicidal Tendencies, and Lars Ulrich's two sons have Taipei Houston, killer band. I'm a big fan. They open for Melvins. Nobody is taking that band on tour. They were in like a mom van with all their gear, roadieing for themselves and selling their own merch out of their car and like doing all the hard work. Chris says, I love both, but Slipknot and ADTR are side by side on a bill. It's really funny to me. Data Remember, man, they really think who the fuck they are. Corey Westbrook has passed by on TikTok. Shout out to you, Corey. Happy New Year. I hope you're great. But yeah, Knotfest Australia. So again, Vended, if they were no good, you wouldn't even hear about them because there's plenty of bands out there where we get sent stuff all on. It's the son of the so-and-so, and they're trash. So let me tell you, Vended, good band. Warped Tour. We are finally going to get the announcement or the beginning rollout of the announcement of the Warped Tour lineups for the 3 Warped Tour single day festival shows in 2025 in about 4 weeks on the 27th of January. And they're not going to announce it all at once. They're going to slowly roll it out. These shows are already all sold out. Every ticket level, I think, except VIP. So doesn't really matter who's going to be there. We'll see who it is. I'm pretty interested to see who will be at Warped Tour. A lot of people are excited about this. And we will probably have some Warped Tour content coming up soon. Riot Fest, just a reminder, early bird tickets are on sale right now. They're going to start dropping their lineup soon. It's their 20th anniversary, so Riot Fest always does kind of like special sets and shows. Last year was a particularly metal Riot Fest. I don't know if it'll be as metal. It's usually like punk, hardcore, metal, and indie rock. So we'll see. We'll see what Riot Fest does. I had a great time there. It almost, Bottle Rock and Riot Fest almost ruined me for any other festivals, at the very least of how they treated the press. Just a reminder, coming up at the end of January, Planet Desert Rock Weekend, headlined by the loves of my life, Fireball Ministry, Unita, Most Generator, Dual Valley of the Sun, Sergeant Thunderhoof, all the way from the UK, Germ, Bonehawk, Luna Soul, Mr. Bison, Sons of Arrakis, Godzillionaire, new album coming soon, Iota, and Jason Walker's Motorfinger. So a lot of cool bands. Big shout out to them. To everyone I told, fuck off this year. More of the same. I love that Skeletor meme. Do you? Let me know. All right, tours. Just really quick, a quick recap in case you missed last week's show. Napalm Death has announced European shows with Crowbar, Full of Hell, and Brat. That's in addition to Napalm Death's headline tour, co-headline tour with Melvins this spring. Very excited. Avenged Sevenfold has announced the European headline tour. I know Matt Shadows was complaining about how expensive it is for them to tour and how difficult it is to tour, and people were mad at him for complaining because they just did an arena tour. But yeah, Avenged Sevenfold will also be on one of those System of a Down shows in the stadiums, 2 of those shows in Chicago next late summer, early fall. King Parrot, who just played a whole bunch of New Year's Eve shows and has new music on the way, has booked yet another show. Fuck You and the Horse You Rode In On. This is fucking amazing. Christ. What a name, huh? They are doing some more shows down under, but they're going to do a European tour farewell show. So they have a bunch of tour dates coming up. I guess a public holiday. So pretty fun with Nephilim, Metho. I don't know if Metho is a good name for a band, and Jaded, but okay. I do love me some King Parrot. I don't think anybody watching this is a huge fan of REO Speedwagon, but I just find it super interesting. We were talking a lot about Nevermore, and we have some Nevermore news coming up. REO Speedwagon's founder, Kevin Cronin, has decided that he's leaving REO Speedwagon and he's just going to go solo and do like Kevin Cronin's REO Speedwagon. So we've had like 2 Great Whites, and we had 2 LA Guns, and we had 2 Faster Pussycats, and we had 2 et ceteras. And now basically the rest of the band has decided, Bruce Hall of REO Speedwagon has said, like, without Kevin, I don't want to get another singer and continue. So REO Speedwagon, the brand, is done and retired and never going to tour again. And Kevin Cronin is going to have Kevin Cronin plays the hits of REO Speedwagon. And I just think this is an interesting look at the future. I don't think it would happen to a band like Metallica, but it could happen to a lower level band for sure. So, you know, we saw that recently where Oceano is going to retire And maybe Adam is gone from the band and they continue without him with the new singer, and maybe they don't. We shall see. This tour has me open like a pack of tokens. Ivor, the incredible Norse pagan, but also sometimes industrial rock metal artist, is doing a huge tour of North America with Sylvain opening. Oh my God. And they're coming to San Francisco February 7th, Super Bowl week. I am going to be there, yo. You should be too. This is an incredible lineup. Also, just a reminder, Stabbing Westward next week in San Francisco, doing the show that they moved from November. Stabbing Westward still touring behind Chasing Ghosts, their phenomenal comeback record in 2022. I'm a big fan. I had the balls to try to do a Stabbing Westward song at karaoke this week, and nearly killed me. It's so high. The vocals are so good. It was so strenuous. I tried my best. I'm trying to get those chops up for my new band. That's what matters. Alex is here. Lexi is here. Deb is here. Veronica is still here. Black Flag, once again, continuing to tour all this winter on the first 4 years tour. They will be here, I believe, this weekend in San Francisco. Also, Parrish has a couple of shows in the Bay Area starting tomorrow, and another one in April, and then some more stuff on the East Coast in February, so kind of out of order, but I'm super pumped for it. We'll get to one of these shows, and I hope at some point to hear if the band has some other plans. Nightcrawler is here. Meow Meow. Jung is here. Graciela is here. Thank you for being here, everybody. Again, reminder, if you feel like giving us a donation, there's a link in the description everywhere, unfortunately, but TikTok. Time for the major news. Let us speed run the rest of this, and I will get on my way. Nevermore. We talked about this a little earlier. I did a live stream on this. So Nevermore announced with the teaser that they were coming back in 2025, and the internet went wild. Their fans were very angry. Some weren't. Like, you can't do this without Laurel Dane. This is incensed that you would do this. Then bassist Jim Shepard, who is basically retired from music, was like, they didn't even consult me. His wife, he's not on social media. His wife made a post. Jim was in Megadeth as a touring member for a while. Jim was in Iced Earth. He's an excellent bass player. And I thought he was a pretty good dude. I met him like 15 years ago. And he was like, they didn't even ask me. How disrespectful. But his wife posted this, and then she took the post down. So finally, on New Year's Day, I was like, I'm going to take the day off and do nothing. And then there's news on New Year's Day. It's like, guys, take a day off. Jeff Loomis, formerly of Arch Enemy and back in Nevermore now, and Van Williams, he of other bands as well, made two statements on social media. Again, none of these are on the official Nevermore accounts. It's possible that they don't own the Nevermore accounts and that Worrell had them. And they gave their rationale, why they're coming back, why the band needs to come back, why they did not include Jim. Straight the fuck out. I appreciate the balls to be like, we didn't want him work with him anymore. And he's a dick back in the day, and we don't want to work with him. Beelzebub the Builder is here. Great name. And all right, Scooter, take care. Good night. We'll see you soon, pal. Much love to you. So yeah, Nevermore is coming back, and they gave their reasons why. And there's open auditions for a bassist and a singer, and they are looking really at the entire world for auditions. There's instructions on the post on our website on how to audition and send in an audition tape to their private email address with a YouTube link. And it sounds like they are really motivated to pick an unknown person rather than a known person, which I had said, oh, they're going to pick a known person, because how could they not pick a known person? It doesn't seem righteous to not pick a known person, but apparently they're not. Somebody's watching on Twitch. Hello. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. I thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Feel free to like and subscribe to us, and we will follow you back. This is a Sky Lighthouse. This is a cool band. We shared their new single. Super fun, cool band, cool, inventive music video. I just wanted to shout them out that we shared their newest video last week. I think they have a new album coming out soon. Very cool band you should pay attention to in the future. Tanner Gibbs is here. Just Nick is here. Tinzillo is here. Hopkins Law. What up? Good to see you again. Behemoth, we got a teaser last week. Still not sure what they're teasing. If there's going to be a new album announcement or something. They did the big 33-year anniversary tour live stream event in the spring, and now they've continued to roll out content from that. And now I think they're teasing what I believe is a new album. So very cool, big time behemoth activity. This is Kim Dracula. Recently, we told you that Kim Dracula booked a co-headline tour across all of America with Hanabi, the awesome Japanese metal band of ladies. Kim Dracula is looking for a permanent new bass player. So if you are a badass bassist in the LA area or willing to relocate that can make music your life and Kim Dracula your priority, there's information on their socials on how to send in an audition tape. Go for it. I think with my new band, I just want to sing. We'll see if I get to, if I need to pick up a bass, I will. I might want to just sing. Snot has also been teasing a reunion. They have a show, or several shows coming up in the next few weeks. These are just the two existing Snot records. Obviously, Snot was a killer new metal band in the late 90s. Ended up becoming defunct when their front person, Lynn Straight, died. They had a run with other singers, including Tommy Vext, formerly of Bad Wolves. But they posted this, basically a picture from the studio. They posted some rehearsal footage. They got apparently a not well-known singer to be their new vocalist, and they are coming back for some shows. So nice to see some smiling dudes. There's Jamie Miller on the drums in the back there, better known from Bad Religion. Sonny Mayo in the front here. Baldy, like me, used to be in Seven Dust. Mikey Doling used to be in Soulfly. So, you know, Tumor has been in a bunch of bands like Amen. Very cool, very cool. It will be interesting to see who the singer is. They were not going to reveal the singer until the spring, and I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll see. Volbeat has announced their new record is done, and they will very soon be announcing all the details. So it's the announcement of the announcement before the announcement. I don't love those, but like, I'm excited for new Volbeat music. This is a great shot by Evil Rob. Look at this giant arena full of people to see Volbeat. Sick. Absolutely sick. Sacred Reich announced a new record today. This is a cool picture by Rich Price Photography. I believe this is at Bloodstock Open Air a couple of years ago. Phil Rind, a personal hero of mine. I love me some Sacred Reich bass and political crossover thrash. I'm all about it. All about it. Lost in Silence, what up, what up? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Arnold is here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all. In the fun department, Castle Rat, who had a huge year last year with their big record and kind of widespread acclaim for the fantasy metal band from New York City, they were added to NPR's All Songs Considered for the Year list, which is like some prestigious shit, and it's never a heavy metal band. It's never rock or metal. It's always mainstream rap and pop and stuff like that, which is fine. That's their gag. But, you know, when sometimes they include metal, it's fun. So maybe we'll get a Castle Rat Tiny Desk music concert in 2025. I would be all about it. Country Misfit is here. What up? What up? Vita is here. I hope that's how to say your name. We are almost done with the show. Jay Weinberg, formerly of Slipknot and currently of Suicidal Tendencies and Infectious Grooves, has announced that he is closing in on finishing his solo debut album. And he posted an Instagram picture of him kind of playing guitar. He worked on this over the last few years, and he's ready to come put it out soon. So we will be getting D-Bolt 666 is here. We'll be getting a solo record from Jay. What could it be like? Castle Rat, that's right, buddy. Castle Rat put on such a wild show at RPM Fest. Good shit. They have an impressive sword. Of all the bands that have had impressive swords, they are one of them. Would you be interested in a Jay Weinberg solo record, and what kind of music could it be? I don't know. Just randomly, I got this sent to me. Liquid Death has new flavors. If anybody's had this purple flavor, not quite sure what it is. They also have a cola flavored seltzer that I don't know if I want, but I love me some Liquid Death, so I'm fascinated. But whatever this purple is, I'm about it. As long as it's not another. The teas are okay tasting, but they're a little too sugary for me. I really can't have the extra sugar. Rarely can I have the extra sugar, and they're sweetened with agave, so I gotta be fucking careful, you know? And then there's not a lot of new music out to start the year, but I wanted to just kind of quickly mention for New Music Friday, a handful of records that are out tomorrow, including Patriarch, formerly half of Batushka, and we had the war of the Batushkas legally and touring-wise. Officially, this Patriarch band has just recently rebranded as Patriarch. They had to. They were still calling themselves Batushka until a while ago, 4 or 5 months ago. But Patriarch now officially has a full length that they released last year, kind of surprise drop. Many EPs, including one leading up to this record. And this is their new record. I'm not going to begin to pronounce whatever the shit this is in Cyrillic Russian. But their new record, they're signed to Napalm Records. And their new record's kind of liturgical black metal or blackened folk doom death metal. I don't know. With liturgy, religious themed black metal. I don't know, but I'm into it. And this record, I've listened to some of it. It's actually really great. Paleface Swiss is the deathcore artist. They're kind of solo, no label now, but their new album Cursed comes out tomorrow. Mourn the Stars, Saudade is coming out on the Fieda Productions. Melodic black metal, Mutagenic Host, the Disease Machine for some gore grind, some new wave of British heavy metal and death metal, Mutagenic Host. And that's kind of it for the first week of the year. Not a lot of whole records. We will hopefully be back on the 10th with our big preview New Music Friday for the year. So we've taken a few weeks off from that while we work on some other things. Wade is here. Rosie is here. Lauren is here. McChunky69 is here. I've been known to feel like a McChunky myself. And then just last but not least, a lot of people are talking about AI. And Pestilence, which is a technical death metal band from Belgium. I haven't been a fan for a long time. This guy always rubbed me the wrong way, kind of a dick. Technically talented band, very talented band. But basically, their new album was announced, and the album cover is like pretty bad looking AI. I'm not against AI on the principle, but I think if you could pay someone, yes, I know the music business is expensive. I just asked for money at the top of this show to hit us up on our, Cash App or whatever with a couple of bucks if you want. But I know it's expensive to do the music industry and the music business, and I get it. That artwork costs money, and making an album costs money. But where does it stop? My good peer and friend Greg Kennelty of Metal Injection did a great video on this on his TikTok and on his YouTube. Like, no, I support artists that pay for artists to make their artwork. I support bands that do their own artwork. I don't want an AI album. I understand that AI helps all these things. AI has been in predictive text messages for years and years and things like that. So I'm not ignorant to say that AI doesn't have a place in our society. It actually helps life become easier. But also, if you let it take over the job of artists, you are fucking up. Bloodhouse Nord, who is a black metal band that is usually not active on social media, made a Facebook post to insult this guy. In the near future, listening to music composed by humans will be a thing of the past. Thank you all the visual artists who bring our music to life and add another dimension to the way we experience it. Let's ensure that art never becomes a thing of the past. And they linked the Pestilence post. So, the whole internet came for this guy. Drop a comment with your thoughts on AI. Do you think there's a future where AI takes over everything and there's no real music anymore, no real album artwork, or no posters anymore? I'm not saying it's not helpful. I just think you can't let it take over everything. That's my 2 cents. And there's no mailbag this week because I didn't get anything. I showed my Christmas gifts off last week. So no mailbag. That's the show in a very manageable 48, 49 minutes. Already off to a flying start this year with 2 live streams. And more to come. Thanks for being here. I'm really grateful to do what I do for another year. And I appreciate talking to all of you through the magic of technology. We can get around the world in literally no time at all. So thank you for being here. Everybody that's tuned in right now, anybody watching on the replay, once again, if you're new here, check out ghostcultmag.com. Check us out on our socials. Like and subscribe. Drop us a donation. Donate to one of the good causes we asked for at the top of the show. It's all in the description. And as I say every week at this juncture of the show, it is a tough time in the world. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay as metal as humanly possible. I am going to run the outro and dance a jig as always. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. And no volume. All right, well, I guess I'll just end it here. Thanks, y'all. Have a great week.